box truck industry is a fucking scam. That's what someone would say if they're not making money in this business. For the people that think the box truck industry is a scam, it's only because they haven't put the time in like I have, the 4 years I put in to be able to get to this point. If you don't know, my name is Kobe King and I own 5 trucks now, and last year we did 1.2 million in gross revenue. The reason why I'm here is because I want to give the realest game possible based on my experiences and what I see going on in the business and in the market. I came into business when a lot of other people did, around the 2020 mark, starting out their box truck journey, and it was when the business was at an all-time high. But I've been able to grow my business over the 4 years that I've been in and have my best years this last 2 years in business. A lot of people think this is a get-rich-quick business because it's a low barrier entry business and because of what they see on social media. But it doesn't tell the story. It's a business just like any other business where people have to put the time in, they have to put years in to be able to make money. Like a lot of people in this business, I went through my ups and downs of the high of the pandemic and then after where things weren't so great. I'm one that stuck through. I'm the one that pushed through, that put the time in, that put the miles in, and I'm still here standing. To be successful in the box truck business, you have to be great at a lot of things. You have to be great at driving, getting loads done, getting loads delivered. You have to be able to go wherever in the country to be able to knock out loads. Even if you went to Canada, for example, you have to be able to put the miles in. You have to be able to have the long days, the short nights. You have to be able to manage your money. The money that we make is a lot, 5, 10 grand a week. Manage those expenses, manage that profit margin to be able to keep pushing through, to be able to use that profit that you made from that truck that you're driving to be able to put that money into another truck. That's profit. That's not coming out of your pocket. And throughout this time, in my 4 years, I've been able to do that. Each truck that I've purchased has been rolling one truck into the next. And along the way, I've had so many ups and downs. I've had a crash. I've had issues with drivers, losing drivers, drivers calling out on me, truck breakdowns, trucks being in the shop 8 months at a time, 5 months at a time, years ago. I've been through all the ups and downs, and I'm here still standing because I've been able to put that time in, and I've been able to have that work ethic, that grind, and been able to stay in the trenches just this entire time to be able to say that I'm working with direct shippers and I am doing 1.2 million a year. But I can say that because I put that time in. Many people think the box truck business is a scam for a lot of reasons, I would say, but the main reasons are people think that when they get into the business, they see the numbers we make gross and they imagine that those are the numbers they're gonna be walking home with. So when I talk to people, they wanna make 50 and 60 and $70,000 a month and stuff like that, but they're not thinking about what they're gonna have to put into that to be able to make profit outside of that. Obviously, any business has gross numbers, has net profit numbers, so there's always gonna be a difference, but people don't understand that trucks have to be maintenance, that drivers have to be paid, that taxes have to be paid. There's so many things that have to be paid. Of course, it's a business. If you don't understand that, then there's no point of starting a business. And within this business, we have to go as the market goes. So with rates, we have to work within the rates that we're given and be able to negotiate, higher rates to be able to make money and make higher profits. But it doesn't work if you're just banking on the low board. And I explain that to everyone I talk to. Simply, if you're starting a business, you're gonna start on a low board. You wanna get the feel of the business. You wanna be able to work with different brokers. But each broker, has shippers that they work with that has lanes that can be consistent, that you can run, or a broker that's gonna wanna work with you on a consistent basis to be able to build solid lane rates. But if you're just going to different areas of the country without any idea of what you're doing, you're gonna be subject to what the market is at that time. I say that to say you have to build out of that. So everyone's goal that's in this business should be acquiring their own contacts, should be acquiring their own shippers, should be acquiring, even if it's just a broker relationship where they work directly with you on a consistent basis. And if you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 trucks, they're gonna book all 10 of your trucks or whatever the number is. But you need that contact, you need that relationship. It's gonna build way further than anything that is just, out there on the market. And so there's nothing wrong with starting the business because you wanna get into the business. But understand that if you don't have a goal and a plan and just an idea of how you're gonna get out of the everyday, market of the low board where the spot market rates are, you're not going to succeed the way you want to. Now, I normally don't pay attention to the content that's put out there necessarily because I am running my business on a daily basis, but I watch videos here and there just like other people, and I've seen people say, oh, that guy or that kid that made, said that he made 1.2 million and how can you learn from him and stuff like that. But everyone, or at least that I've seen, that puts out content, they're putting out things for the everyday person that has the mindset that, hey, I'm gonna start the business and I'm gonna make $5,000, $10,000 a week because I can get a rental truck and I can do all these different things. And anyone that watches my content knows that I'm transparent and I don't lie and there's no reason to do those things. things. We're here to build each other up, not tear each other down. We're here to grow and not falter. I've been seeing just different negativity here and there. People will send me stuff. Like I said, I'm not one that looks for that type of information. Lately, I've been seeing just different types of negative energy towards certain things. And, you know, whether someone's putting out content about, you know, what they're doing in their business, you know, good for them. But at the end of the day, the content I'm putting out is transparent to me, it's transparent to what I'm doing and the relationships that I have and I'm building. And everyone that works with me, knows that, you know, we're doing what we're doing on a daily basis. If you follow me on Instagram at K King Trucking, you know, shout out, you know, you'll see that what we're doing on a daily basis. And I don't need anyone to validate, you know, what is going on. You know, those are the things that I'm doing, I've been doing. It's just about putting out value in this world. So that's why I'm here. That's why the content is being pushed. Because when you're adding value to someone, whether it's in mentorship, whether it's with Lowe's, whether whatever it is, just understanding the business, which needs to be understood, it's okay to put out content. So for the people that want to talk negative about me specifically, reach out. We can have a conversation. I can tell you about the stuff I have going on. But at the end of the day, if you don't know me, if you haven't talked to me, if you don't really know what's going on in my world, you know, there's no reason to speak about me. So I definitely say that. And with me being transparent, I'll tell you all the don'ts right now. Number one, don't start a box truck business if you do not have money. This is not a cheap business. We're not buying t-shirts where you can just buy a few shirts and then see what happens. It's an expensive business. It's money that we've been saving. You want to put it into a good place. You want to make sure that you are ready to go when you're starting this business. So do not start this business without money. It's okay to save. The business is not going nowhere. It's okay to spend more time saving. It's okay to get a second job to be able to get the money that you need. Be prepared. That's number one. Number two, if you're gonna rent a truck, do it with a time frame. Now, the reason I say that is because renting trucks are very expensive. You're getting charged for everything. You're getting charged for maintenance by paying a cents per mile, which is pretty high right now. You're getting charged a weekly rate, which would be way more than you would pay for a normal truck note. You're paying for fuel, you're paying for hotels, and then you have to get loads and potentially a dispatcher and a lease on and all these other things. It's okay if you want to rent because you don't have, you know, $20,000, $30,000 ready to go right now. But if you're gonna do it, the money that you're making, save every dollar till you're able to get a truck. That is how you'll grow yourself right away. But if you're not saving, if you're just spending the money, not knowing the money that you're spending is gross and not the net profits on whatever that you're making. Just understand that, have a timeline, and stick within it. Don't get into this business without prior knowledge or before educating yourself. There's so many factors that will change whether you're successful or not. And if you're not aware of these things, you're not going to be successful right away, and it's gonna take way more time than it should. Whether you have a mentor or you just have someone that has been in the business, that knows the business, or is running a business, make sure you have someone that can guide you along the way, because there's a lot that goes into it if you don't have prior knowledge. When you're starting out, you know, you have to get used to driving. You have to get used to booking a load, what brokers you can work with. You have to get used to different areas of the country, what lanes you can run. You have to get used to pre-trips and post-trips. You know, checking your fluids, checking your hoses, making sure your hoses are good, checking your brakes, making sure that you have tread on your tires, making sure that, you know, your load is locked in, you know, working with straps, working with your logbook, making sure you're doing your logs correctly so that if you get pulled in or pulled over, your logs are good. You know, working with your numbers, your profit margins. There's so many things that I can say that go into the business, that go into being successful. And you have to know them, because if you don't, you're gonna do things that you shouldn't be doing that's gonna just hurt later on. For example, just easy example, pre-trip, post-trip. If you don't do them, eventually your truck's gonna break down. You're gonna be wondering why, and oh, this business is so hard, I just broke down, I have to spend 5K because I broke down. Well, no, you haven't been looking at your truck. You haven't been paying attention. So like I said, it's a lot of things that go into it. Have guidance, get a mentor if you can. If not, just work with somebody that has been in the business, that is running a business, not just has been a driver, that has actually been doing it. Last don't, but one of the most important don'ts, do not start a box truck business if you're not ready. So of course, it's a great business to be in. It's something that you can do in your own time. You can work as much as you want to. Eventually you can work at least the amount as you want to. You're gonna make good money. You know, you're gonna touch a lot of money, and you can be successful. You can grow and scale the business and, you know, make millions of dollars over time. But it's okay if you're not ready and you don't have the resources to start. If you don't have the credit yet, maybe to get a good solid loan. If you don't have the funds for that down payment or just to purchase the truck outright. If you don't have a good mentor or a good lease own company to work with, or just prior knowledge, and all those things combined, it has to be a big gumbo of a good stew, whatever the case you want to call it, to be able to start and be ready to succeed in the business. It's okay if you're not ready. Spend more time educating yourself, watching videos, and then eventually, you know, save and be working on your credit. Make sure you're paying out your balances. But if you're not ready, it's okay if you're not ready. You know, if you have to do a different career, or if you have to just, you know, go to school or whatever it is, spend the time just, you know, bettering yourself in life just in general. The box truck business, trucking business isn't going anywhere. Trucks are getting cheaper as time goes. Spend that time educating yourself. Don't be worried if you can't start. You know, follow someone like me personally who started the business at 23, but I've been an entrepreneur since 22. I've been working, I've been scaling my trucks, and you know, I'm focused on building up my capital funds. I can buy more and more trucks if I want to, but I like, you know, saving my money. I feel like it's controlled growth is better than just chaos growth, just trying to grow just because. So take your time with it, wherever stage you're in, you know, be prepared and be ready to take the leap, and just, you know, have that knowledge and be ready to succeed. And if you're watching videos, whether it's mine or other content creators, you know, take gems from all of us. Take gems from mine, whatever you can learn from my journey. My journey is specific to me. You know, my journey is what I've been through. You know, I'm at a place where I am able to scale and building with companies, but it's not like that for everybody. A lot of people are pushing other things, but it doesn't mean that the things that they're saying are wrong. It just means that they have a different situation than someone else might. I have my free 17-step blueprint on how to get into the business. It's gonna take you from A to Z as far as how to get into the business and all the information you need from that. So continue to dive into that, check that out. I am dispatching now, so for people that are looking for dispatching, you can reach out if you are looking to get dispatching, but beyond that, make sure you're prepared. You know, I'm not working with people that aren't gonna be prepared, that aren't gonna have their things in order, their insurance, their trucks in order, the driver, whoever it is, can't follow simple directions. So reach out if you're looking for dispatching. I'm not taking many people at a time to make sure that I can provide the most value I can. And then outside of that, continue to watch the videos, keep subscribing. Obviously follow me on Instagram at KKing Trucking, where I post daily content on every load that I'm doing. You know, if I have an issue, you know, I'm talking about how I'm resolving it and just everything that goes into that. But just the daily grind. So I'm someone that's actually doing the business. I'm not just, you know, out here selling something. So, you know, make sure you keep tapping in, and appreciate y'all. Peace.